dangerous Las Vegas.
You hear the sirens going. Not much we can do about the ambient sounds.
Yeah, no.
That y'all are going to hear outside of this room at the Paris Hotel and Casino, of which I'm not going to be participating.
Absolutely not.
Okay, we're going to start there. I'm just trying to have like a chronological.
But what just caught your attention?
Titties.
Oh. Your titties. Your own titties caught your attention?
Yeah,
okay.
They did.
Yeah, you had to be real careful in that camera roll today.
Yeah, scrolling back to be like, did we post this? Did we post that?
That is so funny. I bet a bunch of people saw them today, just looking over your shoulder.
That's all right.
Because people were watching us.
They were. Okay.
And it's just the truth.
It is the truth. And y'all have hopefully been watching our Instagram and seeing our Bravo Rush.
Yes.
And we're showing our outfits and all the things and just mocking in a fun, lighthearted way.
In a fun way. But the Bama Rush TikTok videos really took off a couple years ago. Justin Anderson loved posting them.
Yeah.
And we were getting ready the other night and I said, well, why don't we do like an outfit like the Bama girls do? And then you said it could be Bravo Rush.
Yeah. Instead of Bama Rush, we'll do Bravo Rush. And my hope was that other girls, who are here would watch it and be like, we're going to do this too.
Has this taken off?
The hashtag has not taken off yet. But also I haven't pushed it either. It's not like I'm like tagging people in it. I just don't do that.
No.
I don't do that. I know that there are a lot of accounts out there who will just tag everybody when they want somebody to see something.
True.
But if like you're not in the reel or if we're not specifically talking about you, I do not tag people because I don't want them to feel the burden of having to share.
That's right. And I think you're of the mindset that if something's meant to take off and go viral, then it just will.
Yeah, it will naturally.
It just will.
Yeah, like last year's BravoCon content on my personal TikTok just happened to go viral. It was just right place, right time, right things.
You did it.
But we're doing okay. So if y'all are on TikTok, which we do not push our TikTok enough.
We need to, and we're going to get better at it now that we are doing the cute reels of the clips of the episodes and the.
Once you start doing it, it's like a muscle. You're working it, and okay, fine.
And each step of this podcast and all the content we do, that's what it's been for me. Yeah. It's like working that muscle, and now a lot of the steps come naturally.
Yes.
Whereas 5 months ago, it felt very hard.
Very, very hard. And some things are still hard, but
yeah.
But yes, all that to say.
Ding ding, I forgot the bell. The
neon sign isn't right here, guy.
I mean, you guy, it's just so different. We're in bed.
Yeah. And my arm is looking, it's not giving.
Your arm.
It was like the first thing
I'm
that
not having to worry about that because I'm in this big sweatshirt.
Yeah, but it was just like the first thing. So it was like,
it's because you're strong.
I am. Hold on. Lift up this.
I see it already.
Okay.
Look at it.
I am getting a muscle. Hold on.
You're like Jason.
You can't really see it.
Yeah. No, you can see it. Look at the shadow.
Okay. But it's there.
It's there.
You're just going to have to trust. You're just going to have to trust and believe.
Yes.
The lunch lady arm is going down. The muscle is going up. It just didn't look at the way I was sitting. So I needed to get my posture up anyway. Y'all, it's so hard to be a female.
Yes. What was the shrimp?
Yeah, what was that mean?
Last night, it was like, my back hurts. And then it says me all day. And it was a shrimp sitting in a chair.
A shrimp is just naturally shaped like this, trying to sit in like an office chair. And I said, this is me. And I'm trying to get my posture. Liz is always getting on me at Hilliard Studio.
Well, you can buy those things. Yeah. Matt and I actually had bought some when we were in the thick of things at Hope Box.
Yes, you told me this.
We bought them because both of us were hunched over, like packing boxes.
Yeah, it's like a back corrector.
And it is. You cinch it up and it just pops you out. But then that almost feels uncomfortable because you're not used to it.
I know. Okay, so back to the outfits.
Okay, so back to
people just staring at us.
Back to people staring at us to the point where we would see people contemplating
Yeah.
should they come up to us
Yeah.
because maybe we were maybe part of the Bravo universe in some way, or did they recognize you, or
Did they? It's a few things.
It's a few things.
So we're trying to really serve a good look because we have discussed this, and we might have even discussed it before we came here.
Yeah.
Which is, some people believe in being comfortable because you are going to be on your feet a lot. You are moving from ballroom to ballroom, photo op to photo op, merch line. You're standing in lines a lot.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
It's like Disney. And so there, you don't wear a cute booty.
No.
At Disney, you wear
Disney,
sneakers.
You're not wearing a booty.
No, I've
never
wearing
done that.
No, thank
Okay.
you. And I'm glad to hear that.
Bible, I've not worn booties.
Because I need to know that you actually allow yourself to wear sneakers.
It's sneakers only for me at a theme park.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, but what our thought process is yes, we know that it's a lot of walking and running, but we want to look pretty and pulled together because the girls and guys we're standing next to, but especially the girls,
especially the ladies,
they have glam teams head to toe, are looking fabulous.
They look the best they're ever going to look.
Yes.
I mean, that's
this
just the
true.
truth because they're seeing all of us in real life. And so they need to look their best. The makeup's on point, the hair, they have stylists, the outfits, the shoes, head to toe. These Bravo celebrities look their absolute best.
So are we wanting to then go stand in between them and look frumpy?
No.
Not cute?
Not me. That's not the photos I want to have.
No, and that's absolutely not the ones. And so then she pulls that out of me, but I also don't want to look totally frumpy. But it is so much work.
You have to think it
and
through.
I'm only on day one.
It's only been day one. And I'm really proud of her. She did this all day. And now she was excited to get back and just rip this clothing off.
It all came off immediately. It was immediately yes to getting off of my body. I wore a silver sparkly top, and so it was starting to itch and dig, and it's tied in the back, and so I couldn't lean all the way against a chair because it hurt. So I'm just having to sit kind of upright all day or stand.
Yes.
And I could not wait to get out of it. But so people are looking at us, and because we are trying to present ourselves in such a way, I think that they are like, are they on Bravo?
Right. Are they on Bravo? Because we're decked out.
Yeah.
You know, we're sparkly. The faces are beat.
Yeah.
We are tan. We've done every step of this.
We have.
It's all been thought out. The jewelry, everything. Like
matching, coordinating.
We've been styled.
We have.
And so
it's not just wearing clothes, it's styling clothes.
Styling the clothes.
I'm seeing those reels now all the time.
Everywhere. But they make me giggle because I'm like, is this a trend? Like, this is how people should be dressing all the time.
Right. This is how you dress literally every day.
Okay.
Yeah. You style your clothes every day. You do not wear them. I barely wear them. Barely.
So there was that.
And then they think that you are Megan Fahey.
Okay, y'all. This is a podcast exclusive. Miranda literally overheard somebody say, that's her.
That's the famous girl. And then the friend goes, which famous girl? And she goes, the one from White Lotus.
From White Lotus.
Now, we did know that there was an entire table last night at Vanderpump Paris restaurant who thought that you were Megan Fahey. They for sure
thought I was her because they kept turning, kept looking.
They were
then they
so
talked to
excited.
the friend. Then they look back. And I just was like, I hate to disappoint him. I almost wish I was her. So it could be exciting for them, but it's not her.
But it's not. But they love you on White Lotus.
Yes. I'm fabulous on the show. But for you to overhear that today in that hallway.
Yeah.
And I just thought, why would Megan Fahey be at this event with no security, no context, nothing, just walking around with her purple-haired friend?
Because she's just a Bravo fan and she doesn't get any like exclusive things. Like, she's not allowed to come backstage. No, you have to stand in line with everyone else.
Why would Megan have a GA, a general admission, one-day wristband on? Okay, come on.
True. I guess people could have put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
So they thought that. And then we did have several people who came up to us because they're fans of us.
They either listen to the podcast or they recognize Miranda from her page. Friends of yours that you've known. I mean, there were enough people.
One of Bella's teachers.
Yeah. People that wanted to get pictures with us, which was so nice.
Really cute. And then we started to talk to people online because, again, you're in line. So we started to talk to people online and just, oh, where are y'all here? And so we said we have a podcast, so we're covering it for our peeps.
We have recruited new podcasts.
Yes.
If it's one of you listening right now,
yes,
they might be listening to this. We're so excited to have you in the clutter.
Destiny was one of them standing at the table. Her friend's name was 4 letters.
Yes, it was
maybe
4
had
letters.
a U.
Mm-hmm.
Kara, that doesn't have a U. I realize that, but I'm trying to help get Kristen there.
Did it start with a
Tara?
T? I think it was Tara.
Tara and Destiny.
Yeah.
We stood with them. We stood with the girls in front of us, and they were like, oh, so y'all, as other people were coming up to us wanting pictures, they were like, well, now I want a picture with you.
Yeah, they were like,
maybe
oh, so
you're
y'all
famous.
are legit. You're not just like saying that you have a podcast that you made up out of thin air.
Yes.
Which was so sweet. Like after a while, they were like, oh, it's legit. And then we mentioned that we interviewed Austin.
That helped.
And it was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun because so Austin came out and
people went nuts.
People went cray.
But we were already in line for BRYNN.
Yes.
And we had been there for so long that there was no way that we were going to leave BRYNN's line to go over to Austin's line. Plus, we know him.
We know him. We have pictures with him.
So, but we had buddied up with the people in line.
Yeah. So they held our spot and I just said to her, let's run over there. If he just sees us, we'll do a wave. Hey, how you doing? And then he can get back in line. And that's exactly what happened.
But it was even, I think that, so I recognized the girl who was taking the pictures for his line. She was the same person who helped at the Charleston run at the Trop Hop booth. So I went over and was like, hey girl, do you remember me? She's like, of course I do. Yeah. So good to see you. And then she talked about how she watched a Johnny Depp Netflix thing. I was I saw you in it, blah, blah, blah. And then she said she loved our podcast with Austin.
Yes,
she said it was so good. And at this point, Austin sees that, we're talking to her. And so he stops the line. He stops and he comes over. He gives us a big hug and says hello and talked to us for a while. And I know that everyone in line was like, who are these girls?
Yeah, they were so annoyed by us.
They are floating all around BravoCon. Everyone is stopping to talk or take pictures or whatever. And it's very sweet. Like, that's exactly why we're here, because we're experiencing this as fans. And,
that's right.
And we have started to gather fans of our stuff.
Little
and that's
by little.
really neat to see.
And the thing is, and y'all know what I've said about when we walk into a space, it can sometimes be startling to people, maybe exciting, could feel overwhelming. It depends, right? But you've got the purple, you've got the red. Today's outfits were very sparkly, very over the top. And when it comes to the fan base that was there, we definitely stood out. I say that humbly. Like, we just did. And so people were so kind.
So sweet.
Saying nice things.
Very complimentary.
Very complimentary. And then we had a Bravo crew come up to us, and they were doing fashion clips and wanted us to talk about fashions.
Which delighted this queen over here.
And it was
so
really
much.
It was fun. They wanted us to use the word iconic. So we were trying to kind of fix that into sentences.
They're like, what was your inspiration for your outfits today? And where's that going? Where did he say that was going? Peacock somewhere.
We could watch it on Peacock.
Yeah, we're going to be able to watch it on Peacock. So we'll share it with y'all. We have no clue what they'll clip out from what we said.
We don't know. But she did give the rhyme, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold.
So stupid.
She did they might keep it because I had on gold and she had on silver.
Yeah.
So
it's been in my head all day because after we did our BMA Rush video, I was like, silver and gold, isn't there's like a jingle or something? Kristen's like, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. But she sang it.
I should have given the second verse after you. A circle is round. It has no end. That's how long you will be
my friend. I mean, I guessed that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that there was a
second
second
verse.
After
you said it to the camera.
That would, I guarantee you that's what they're going to use. Because I was like, it's giving silver and gold. It's giving metallics. And then that was in my head from us singing it earlier. So I was like, it's giving make new friends, but keep the old. Why am I this way? You can think you're so cool and then you humble yourself like that.
And then you open your mouth.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That is. But we were delighted. We were just like,
Yes,
oh,
yes.
good. Okay, he approves of our fashions.
Yes.
And there were some other girls. We saw some matching girls. We saw some girlies and some dresses and stuff like that. But I would say overwhelmingly, for the most part, they were in merch, which is fine. I understand that.
Some like things like this that we have on right now. The
both of these are Bravo merch. People in Send It to Daryl.
Yes.
People in the Racket Club, the Racket
Date
Club.
Your Dad Racket Club. All of that. Really cute stuff. A lot of merch. And then, just very casual clothing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Again, some people want to be comfortable.
That's your journey.
Yeah, that's your journey.
It's not ours.
But we just feel like if we're going to stand here and get these photos, we want to be looking right.
Yeah.
If you've spent the money to fly out here
and boy,
get
have
a
we.
hotel and buy the tickets and the whole daggone thing, you want to look right.
That's right. And we can't thank y'all enough for the Venmos. I know that y'all will be listening to this afterwards.
Y'all.
But the Venmos that y'all have been sending, tipping us for our coverage is literally life-giving.
Yeah.
We are eating on them. We are trying to stay hydrated. The color of our pee after today was about the color of your hair and my shirt.
Kind of this mixed together.
Somewhere in between here. So that's the visual for you.
Neither one of us peed all day at the event. Neither one of us went to the restroom.
And this is the number one question I get whenever I go and do the things, right? The trials and the coronations and everything. People always say, but you're out there for so long. When do you pee? And I say, I don't pee.
Yeah.
I don't think that people really believe this. But if I took a picture of the pee, you would have.
Yeah. It was
dark.
Rust.
Dark and pungent.
It was pungent.
Dark and pungent. And but we gave that pro tip. Just don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
Don't drink alcohol.
We drank just enough to stay hydrated.
We split one starry at 1:45 in the afternoon.
That was that.
We didn't
That was our first drink.
Like, you didn't have coffee today. Yeah, you didn't have coffee today. We didn't have any liquid.
No.
We peed right before we left. We split one starry, which goes back to episode 1, I believe.
Yes, we talked about starry on episode 1, y'all.
Wow. What a throwback.
You told me, you introduced starry to me on episode 1 of this podcast.
I did. And that's what we had today. And then we split one lover boy at the very last panel we went to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And got another starry then. And we didn't even finish that. So we truly had 2 cans. Well, one can of liquid each for an entire day.
And I had a shot of the mezcal tequila.
Not me.
And I had a shot of Madison. Her energy drink.
Yeah, you did. But they were this big.
Yeah.
They weren't even full shots.
No.
They were handing out the
And
teeny
I should
tinies.
not be drinking an energy drink ever. Ever.
No. And I should not be drinking tequila ever. So
yeah.
I had neither of those. But yeah, so we didn't pee at all. We finally get back and we weren't even dying to.
No.
She was like,
I just walked in the
pee.
bathroom to change or whatever. And I was like, I guess I should pee.
Yeah.
And it was a 6-second pee. It wasn't even that long.
How long have we talked about pee?
Sorry. We are who we are.
This isn't.
Our new listeners are like, what the hell have I subscribed to?
Yeah. They were like, these girls seemed pulled together in that line. No. We put on a good show for about as long as we could. And now it's all coming off.
This is who we are. No, we are garbage trash.
All right. So let's start at the top.
Okay. From the top. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
from
the signal.
From the top.
So people do that behind the camera.
Yeah, they do it behind the camera. They do it in a dance troupe. They do it in cheerleading from the top.
I love that. From the top. And 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8. And clean.
Yep. Okay. Where do we want to start? Getting in the Uber or just walking in?
No, I think just walking in, getting excited. The line was insane.
I've never stood in a line that long, actually.
But at least it was moving.
But that's what I'm saying. I've never stood in a line that long. And I know that can sound super shocking, but I'm thinking about lines I've stood in, and I don't think I've been in one that long. However, the line was continuously moving.
Which was so nice. And it was a beautiful day. It's 70 degrees in Las Vegas.
So you never felt frustrated by the line? No. Because you were always just walking along.
So we were like, what time should we get there? The doors open at 10. We aimed to get there at 9. We didn't leave the hotel till 9:15. Traffic was a little crazy. So we got there about 9:30, 9:35, I would say.
Yeah.
And the line was moving the entire time. And so we were in the doors by 10.
Yeah, we were good.
It was great.
It was great.
So I don't think we need to get there early tomorrow by any means either.
No, now we know.
Yeah, now we know. So that's a hot tip for y'all.
Yes.
But again, every year is different. So who knows?
Now, on the way down the elevator, we had run into Janelle. What was her name?
I like Janelle.
Okay, we'll call her Janelle.
Yeah.
And this is a woman that worked for Bravo. She was there to help in some capacity.
Mm-hmm. She seemed legit.
Yeah, she seemed legit. And she had been to the past 2 BravoCons. And she said, this one is another level up. We are leveling up again. And I really felt like New York last year was great. At the Javits Center.
Fantastic.
It was awesome.
We thought it was awesome the first year, too.
Yeah.
We were like, every little detail has been thought of.
All the details.
We didn't like that they were at 3 separate venues.
Yeah.
But there was kind of nothing that they could do about that. They didn't know how big it could be. There were only 10,000 tickets sold. You certainly don't need Javits for 10.
That's true.
But then, last year was incredible. The attention to detail. Here's what we're going to say. If you are wrapping every column, if you are putting a sign on every riser of a stair, these are the things that maybe some people don't notice, but my God, do we notice?
We notice it. Every little thing.
Everything.
It felt just custom. Everything was custom there.
Custom.
So we walk in this morning and immediately it was wow.
Wow.
Just, you could tell. It had leveled up. You could see it. You could tell. And we were almost in a state of wonder and awe.
Yes.
And a man
immediately
comes to us and says, you just got here. Do you know what you're doing or where you're going? And we're like, we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
And he said, there's a panel that's about to begin over here for the Peacock live stream.
Yep.
And it's going to have Joe and Melissa and some other people.
Josh Altman and Mercedes Javid.
So y'all should go. It's limited seating, so y'all should go over there.
Yeah.
And so we just look at each other and we're like, okay. So he
said there's hardly anyone over there, so you could get a great seat.
So we just float away. And that's where we go.
Hold on. I'm going to rotate.
Yeah, do a little rotation.
Okay.
I did that too.
Okay. So we go there. We are on the second riser. The only person in front of us, I think, was MJ's Glam. I think that's who was sitting in front of us. Well, and then they kept getting video of her. So I think that they were with her.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
I'm glad we didn't say anything.
I know. God.
Oh, God. Not
the Glam.
Yeah, not saying anything in front of MJ's Glam team. So they were great. Now, what they were trying to focus on, because there's always a theme to these panels, right?
Yeah.
So oftentimes they're more obvious. It's the New Jersey Housewives, Vanderpump Rules. This one over on Peacock, they were mixing and matching people from all of the Bravo universe.
Yes.
And so this one was real estate.
Real estate people.
So they had Melissa and Joe because they flip. Joe's in construction.
Yep.
And then they had Josh Altman from Million Dollar Listing, who you also might remember the name or recognize him from Heather Dubrow's, being Heather Dubrow's realtor.
Yep.
Who sold the $55 million house.
Woo.
What does he say? $55 million isn't FU money. It's what Terry said it like in his confessional.
Yes. Oh, yes. Terry did say it.
$55 million isn't something money. It's something. I don't know. But it was like, that wasn't a good look.
It wasn't. It
wasn't giving for me a good look.
No.
But anyway, so he was the realtor anyway. And then MJ she's now
a real estate agent for the agency.
Works for Mauricio.
So that's great. I didn't even know that.
She used to be on Shaws of Sunset, and she was a realtor on Shaws of Sunset.
That's true. She was.
But she wasn't with like the agency.
Yeah, now she's with the agency.
So they were all like trying to make the games and questions and things like that about real estate. But we were like, can we just talk about the shows now?
Let's just talk about the shows.
Yeah.
But MJ did give a super shady response that I was so thankful we were there for.
Yes.
Talking about, I think they basically asked, they said, who do you not want to be stuck in an elevator with?
Here at BravoCon, of all the Bravolebs, who would you not want to be stuck in an elevator with? And I'm so glad she didn't punt the question. Like a lot of them will say, I plead the fifth or whatever.
Yeah, she answered it and she said,
Heather Dubrow.
Heather Dubrow.
Heather Dubrow.
Wow. Out of all the people, Heather Dubrow. And she knows that's going to get back to her.
Of course it is. Josh Altman's their realtor.
I know.
And he was saying, he talked about the DeBros a lot when he was answering his questions.
He did, like, leading up to
Yeah, and then she walked over and literally said, "Hello to Fro." We loved it.
We loved it. We ate it up.
It's on our TikTok. If
So
you want to go
after-
see the live reaction, it's on All That to Say.
Yes.
Which we're on TikTok.
So after that panel,
Yeah.
we went down in front of them. So they did like a group picture, and it was so few people
Yes.
that we didn't even have to fight to get pictures with them. So
But
we have a great
also,
picture.
we know where to go. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people think, okay, it's done, and now I
just
just leave. Now I have to leave and go to this other place.
Don't just leave.
No, we're like, okay, well, we know that there's only one way to exit. So if we just go stand by that exit, then we can say, hey guys, can we get a picture?
Yeah. And that's what we did.
That's what we did.
So we got a pic with Melissa and Joe, and then we kind of just scoot over to where that entrance exit point is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we see Garcelle looking beautiful, looking snatched, gorgeous, the hair, the skin. So we're like, Garcelle. So we get a picture with her.
Garcelle in real life, in person, one is so small.
She was
short.
my height.
Short.
Yes.
And
right here.
Stunning.
Beautiful.
The face,
the hair,
the skin, the hair, the eyes. I was like,
it's shocking.
You're one of the most beautiful people I've ever laid eyes on.
She was tiny.
Tiny.
It was
tiny.
And that's, I would say,
and I know people are second weight for this. I know that they are. I know that people, these Bravolebs are like wrestlers. They are second weight for BravoCon.
But across the board, I would say all of these Bravo women are so much tinier in person.
The cameras truly
add size.
Truly add beyond 10 pounds. Wouldn't you have said, I would have thought that Garcelle was just fuller than I am.
Oh, sure.
I would have said she's fuller than I am. She is tall. She has a stature about her. She's an actress.
That's not what I saw today. That's not what I saw.
No.
No.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Beyond gorgeous. Looks so young. And then tiny. Not tall. Like, I was very surprised by her height. And Oliver was with her.
Oliver was in the background. He had his sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And was kind of just being cool.
He was being real cool. I wonder if he bumped into Lala.
I wondered the same thing. I bet they did.
Mm-hmm.
So then we mill about. We go into the Bravo Bazaar.
Yeah.
Or no, we went in to see we caught the end of Andy's thing.
Oh, yeah, we did catch the end of Andy and Jeff Lewis.
So they had Andy and Jeff Lewis
Two of my
stage
favorite
in
people.
the big ballroom.
Yes.
I mean, so much seating. And again, another level up from the Javits Center, because the big space at Javits was just not big enough. That's where the crowds were happening for Beverly Hills.
When there was the rush. When people were knocking down stanchions, they were knocking down,
it's not good.
What do they call it? Pipe and drape.
Yeah.
And people were frustrated too because, one, they had TVs just set up on the ground going up.
Yep.
And there were humongous columns. I get it. Buildings need structural things.
Yeah, but huge columns blocking views so people couldn't see.
Yeah.
So this year we walk into this ballroom.
How many seats did they have set out?
So big.
10,000? I don't know.
Thousands of seats. Thousands
upon
of
thousands
seats. You're not going to
seats.
not have a seat in that ballroom.
Although the Vanderpump Rules one was standing room only, but that wasn't.
That's true.
Was that the gold? Was that glam? No, that was gold.
That was gold.
Y'all, there was some standing room only for the Vanderpump Rules because everybody wanted to see
the tea in real time. So anyway, we caught the end of Andy and Jeff, which was great. And then we scooted our booties on over to the Bravo Bazaar. And this is the place where the Bravo celebrities are selling their wares. So whether that's cute sweatshirts with their sayings, maybe they have a liquor brand, maybe they have children's clothing or fitness stuff, whatever it is.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'll show them.
Garcelle.
Y'all.
Look.
Y'all.
Look at her.
Wow.
Up close. Look.
Look at the skin. Wow. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Stunning.
Stunning. I just had to show y'all.
Iconic.
I had to go back and
Thank you.
I had to find it because if y'all aren't following us on Instagram, which I really don't know what your problem is, and this is just the VIP section of that gold room. So that's not showing all of the general admission, and that's just one angle, but it is just so vast. It's so humongous, and those TVs are now coming down out of the ceiling, so you can look up and actually see. You can see on
That's what was so great is they
So
fixed
much
so
better.
many little
Yeah.
things and tweaked things that were kind of bothering people.
And they do it every time. So every year we've seen that. Okay, new thing. Signage.
Yeah.
Signage is important. You need
Yes.
people to know where to go. It prevents people from having to ask so many questions of the volunteers. And the volunteers, some of these other years we've noticed were like temp agency hires. They don't know
Y'all,
the answers to these questions.
I remember the volunteers last year. Remember we started feeling bad for them.
We did.
Because it was like they know nothing about Bravo. They don't know what these people are
No.
talking about. These crazy women running around everywhere. It needed a little more organization, and that's what they've done this year.
I feel like they hired people intentionally for this, gave them a
Yeah.
good rundown, let them know exactly what needed to be happening. What you can't just kind of be wishy-washy with people like, can I just go up and I just have a person up there? They're like, no, like VIP is here, GA is here. They're holding
Yeah.
up signs. End of line is here. We're having more stanchions. We're having more people just organized, and
Yep.
it feels better this way because then you
totally
don't feel like
does.
people are just cheating the system constantly.
That's
so then
right.
you're almost feeling like, if is that what we have to do too? We don't want to do that. We don't want to break the rules.
No.
We want to be good people.
That's right. We have a GA ticket. We know what that means. It means we got to be savvy.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be savvy with how we run this BravoCon.
It's similar to when we go into a place and we're going, there's the exit, there's the exit. We're being vigilant, right?
Always.
So now it's like, okay, if that's where I'm noticing that someone just walked out of that door that says staff only, if I'm noticing someone's walking out of that, that means another someone is going to be walking out of that eventually.
Correct.
So why
That's
don't
what
we just post up here?
That's what we did.
That's what we did.
So we're in the bazaar. We walked through the bazaar, and there were some people we could kind of get photos with here and there. Kind of did a little lap.
Yeah, we got Madison right away.
Yeah, got Madison. We did the cute little winter house video. If you're on Instagram, y'all saw our little winter house reel.
Yeah.
And then we noticed right after that there was a set of doors where many of the Bravolebs were either going in or out of. And there was a high top. And I said, we need to just linger around here. The women at the high top walked away and we swooped in. And so we stood there, made some friends, and we all just waited.
And they would open the door. So someone would open the door, a production person would open the door, and you could look in and I'd be like, oh, well, there's Shane.
We see Shane.
So that means Emily is not going to be far behind him. So she's either walking to go meet him or she's going to be walking out with him. So stand here.
Stand
Wait.
here.
2 seconds later, here comes Emily. Hey, Emily, can we get a selfie? Sure.
Yep.
That's all you have to do. Have your camera ready and walk with them. What they don't want to do is stop.
They do not stop.
So you have to be walking and taking, walking and taking, walking and taking. But you also have to be paying attention. Okay, that's the door for this room that they're coming in and out of.
Yeah.
At this ballroom, they're all exiting off the stage that way. So I bet if you go around, you'll see them. Sure enough, they're there.
Yep.
You just have to be paying a little bit more attention.
You do. And the mistake some people were making is that door would open, somebody fun would come out, and they would all start going, woo!
Emily from Real Housewives.
Losing their minds.
So stupid.
But the problem with is then here comes 1,000 literally people over to see what is happening.
What's all the commotion?
What's the commotion? And so
every 10 minutes, it's like,
on the north end, on the west end, So, it's happening all over. You see the crowds, you hear the commotion. We were trying to say to the ladies around us, like, everybody, whoever comes out that door, be quiet. Let's keep it low key.
Yeah.
We all don't need to shout.
No.
Because that's going to give all of us more of an opportunity to get good pictures.
I will walk up to Emily. Hey, girls.
Hey, girl.
I'll walk up to her. I'll say, can I get a selfie? And then you're going to come up and say the same thing. And then she's going to be able to do that because she's not going to be overwhelmed.
Yes. And the security, there's much more security this year. Security for the Bravolebs. Who was it? Erica Jane was flanked by 4 people. I mean, they are coming through with lots of security. And they're doing their jobs. They're really trying to keep us away. I have that one photo of where I'm near BRYNN. But you can see a security man's arm in between us. Like, it's just a blurry photo, but there's a security arm in between us.
It's just, it's giving this right here.
If you're watching.
Which is, if y'all remember the clutter where I talked about dancing next to Justin Timberlake and that it was the security guard's arm in between us. And I bent down and rubbed the leg. It was giving that. I said, this is your Justin Timberlake moment.
It really was, because I was trying to get so close to BrYNN.
Yeah.
And there was an arm.
Like this. Just like this. It's so good. But speaking of the moment, I love that after we met BrYNN, we started getting DMs of people who knew that that was really the big goal. And someone said, this is your Princess Kate moment.
Princess Kate moment.
And I said, this is your Princess Kate moment. It's so wonderful for you to be able to have it. And you're like, oh, but not a princess. Lest we forget that BrYNN was engaged to a royal. That guy, Gideon, his, right?
Yeah.
One of her ex-fiancés.
But
I think it was Gideon.
Yeah.
His mom's a lady. I was like, chick, she was almost on the exact same level.
Well, if anybody could be royal, it's BrYNN.
That's right.
You know,
not the same exact level as Kate, obviously, but my point was more commoner to royal.
Yeah.
It is your Princess Kate moment.
It is. It is, and it was, and I'm delighted. And we're going to get there in just a sec. So we see people go in and out. We're snapping pics. DJ James Kennedy walks by. I mean, tons of people.
He looked good.
He did.
He looked healthy.
James is the number one guy in the group. He's in a very healthy place.
Yes.
He is winning.
Still with Allie. His mom was with him at BravoCon.
She was there.
Which was interesting.
He was at his booth getting lots of photos and stuff, and his mom was right there next to him. So that is interesting, because she hasn't always been the greatest.
No. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because she's been pretty toxic for him, I thought. Because I don't know.
But he keeps her in his life. I think he still craves like that mother relationship.
Of course. Who doesn't?
Is a very tender, sweet
Everyone wants to have this beautiful relationship with their mother, and I don't blame him. We've just seen some of it play out on the show, and it's always odd to see her with him. I don't know.
So is that when we got in line for Sutton? Was that after that?
Yeah, I think that right around that time, it was you needed to, or you really wanted to meet Sutton, and we had seen a line there, and it made total sense for Kristen to wait in line for Sutton, because last BravoCon, I got a selfie with Sutton walking through the bazaar.
Yeah.
So I was like, you wait in line for Sutton, and I will go get us seats at the VPR ballroom.
Yes. And so that's what we did.
Yeah. And so it was nice, because I was able to sit down and power through some uploading and TikToks and all that sort of stuff. You were able to do the same. And then I get a text from Kristen. Hey, I need you.
I said, tell me where you're sitting.
I need you to tell me where you're sitting, because my phone's about to die. And so in my head, I'm thinking,
well, how are you?
You've jumped the punchline, babe, because how are you going to take a picture with Sutton if your phone's dead? You're alone. I'm not there with my phone now to take it.
I had like 6%. So I was like, if I just don't scroll on my phone and I just stand here
for an hour, like, no, that's miserable. So I said to the girl who was sitting next to me, I said, can I leave my purse and this here so you know I'm coming back?
Yeah.
And I've got to go rescue my friend. Her phone's about to die, and she doesn't have a charger, and she's about to meet Sutton. And I knew you really wanted to meet her. I knew it was important to you. And so I then hightail it over to the bazaar. I hand Kristen, but this is just luck again for us, because that bazaar is humongous. That ballroom is humongous.
Yeah.
But I was on the very right side of the ballroom, and you were out almost as far left as you could get in the bazaar.
I know, you barely had to walk in.
So I just ran it over, said, here, you need a charger or else you won't get a picture with her.
Thankfully, Miranda had brought her portable charger.
Always. I'm a professional.
I mean, wow.
Both of our phones would have been dead by 2 and 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been really bad.
It would have been over.
Because pick or it didn't happen. Video or what are we doing here?
And we're here for you guys. We want you to feel like you have come along with this experience.
You've given us money on Venmo. I think we have to have video to show you.
My God.
Videos, Venmos for videos.
Yes. Put it on a t-shirt.
That's what we're putting on the t-shirt. So I run it over. I run back to Vanderpump Rules to wait on them.
Yeah.
They come out. They start talking. Kristen gets done with Sutton. She comes and meets me. You didn't miss much.
I didn't miss much. Pretty quickly, I'd say within 10 minutes of it starting, I was there.
But speaking of Vanderpump Rules, on my way out to go save the seat, I did see Summer Moon.
Yeah.
Sheena and Brock's baby girl.
That's right.
Were with Sheena's parents, who they help take care of her. I think her mom is her full-time nanny.
The nanny.
Yeah, I think her mom's a nanny. But her dad, too, is like always with her. So I recognized them. And people were like, is that Summer Moon? Is that Summer Moon? And y'all, before you think it's too creepy that I actually took a picture of Summer Moon, I didn't take one with her. I didn't go ask for a selfie, although lots of people were. I just took a picture of her. The reason why I felt okay about it is she like has her own Instagram account. She is on the show. They don't blur her out or anything like that.
No.
And so they were very welcoming. They were just like, I know we love how much people love Summer Moon.
Yeah.
And she's a big part of Sheena and Brock's storyline.
Yes.
And so just from afar, I just snapped a pic, mostly so I could show you because we weren't together.
And it was the best picture because there was a man in the background just like just agape.
When he overheard the girl say, "That's Summer Moon," he went,
and you caught it.
And I just happened to catch that exact picture. So that's also why we posted it, because y'all had to see the guy's face. It was so funny. And I tagged Summer Moon, and I guarantee you Sheena will reshare it.
She'll share it.
She'll share it. So yes, Vanderpump Rules. That was intense.
It was intense. I'll tell you what, Ariana is still really mad.
Mm-hmm.
She wants nothing to do with Tom. She doesn't want anything to do with anyone that's talking to Tom.
She specifically, when they said, so who's really been there for you, Ariana? She said, every woman up on this stage, James.
Yep.
Brock, obviously.
Yeah.
And she very intentionally left out Tom Schwartz.
Yeah.
And that was heard.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Mm-hmm.
By this girl,
mm-hmm.
and by about 12,000 people inside. I took a video. I mean, it was insane when they walked out, and I kind of panned around the entire place.
Oh, were people going nuts?
Yes.
When they came out.
So you weren't there for the walkout.
Yeah.
But it's funny because when they left the stage, you had to get a full shot, because I think you were even like, this is crazy how many people are in here.
Yes.
It was the same with Beverly Hills last year.
Yes.
Because everyone wanted to see Rinna get booed, and everyone wanted to see Tom get booed.
And he did multiple times. He got booed. Multiple times.
Secondhand embarrassment.
We were secondhand embarrassed, but it's hard because does he deserve some booing? Yes. However, one of the people on
there
the
are
mic,
repercussions to what you do.
There are. So one of the women on the mic towards the end, you had gone to get in line for BRYNN, but she walked up to the mic and said, like, she addressed the crowd, and she said, we all need to remember that he is a human, and humans make mistakes, and we have to be able to give people grace when they screw up and move forward.
I mean, I'm not saying that she's wrong. I didn't know this. Yeah. I'm just hearing this for the first time too.
And the camera was pointing at Ariana while this woman is giving this speech about not booing Tom.
And
Ariana's face was stone cold, and she had the Michaela Maroney like little sideways smirk. Mm-hmm. And then the woman's question was for Ariana.
And what was the question?
And what did she ask her?
Oh, dear.
She said, it was really dumb. I'm sorry, but it was.
It was dumb.
What she said was,
I don't like that.
Do you think you'll be able to set things aside to be able to film and continue on making the show with the cast? And Ariana goes, I just did.
We literally already wrapped the next season.
Yeah, she said, we just wrapped the next season. The answer is yes, because I already have done that.
I love Ariana so much.
It was like, first you gave the speech about Tom, and then you gave her a strange question.
What is this woman's point?
I don't know.
Why are you here to, this is how you chose to use your moments. And yes, guys, Tom is a human. Obviously, people make mistakes. We get it. We don't need to be scolded. We are all at a convention for a reality TV network.
Yeah.
This is not exactly where the moral high ground is being laid.
No, it's not. Not.
Let's just celebrate these people and the trash that we watch so that we can escape the realities of life and giggle about it.
We are not here for life lessons.
No.
We're not. Half the women by noon are wasted at this convention.
We don't know how they're doing it.
I don't know. Double fisting drinks.
We don't.
No one is here to grow in their faith. No one is here to, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. So
no,
we need, I got to say this.
Yes.
I wish I had my soundboard because there's so many buttons I would push.
Yeah, of course.
But
you're going to say stuff and I'm going to try to guess the buttons that you want me to push and make them with my mouth. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. PSA is, if you are lucky enough to get to the microphone to ask the cast a question directly, you get to step up pretty close to the stage.
Yeah.
And ask the cast a question. Please make it a good one.
Yes.
Please.
Gong gong.
Gong gong. Period. Dot. That is my request moving forward. We have seen it every single year we have done BravoCon. Every single year.
Every time.
Every time. I'd say about half. Half
More
of the
than half.
people.
2/3, I'm going 2/3 come up with a dumb question or something that's even worse. I have 2 comments and a question.
And we're all going, stop. We don't want your comments. Just ask the question.
And I need people to stop doing this. When Andy on Watch What Happens Live asks he has the virtual fans.
Yeah.
And every single time they go, hey, Andy, I love you.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, you look really cute tonight. I like your suit, Andy. Go Cardinals. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And it's like, then we have to have this moment where Andy goes, thank you. And then there's a delay. So then the person goes, you're welcome, but on the delay. And then it's like, oh, dude, now I start to ask the question. And
it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
What I'm trying to say is, if you've gotten to that level, then you've watched What Happens Live before, right?
Yeah.
You've watched an actual audience member have to do this.
Yeah.
And you've seen how uncomfortable that was and the delay and how but you're going to keep doing it.
You're going to keep doing it. So the point is, get up to the mic. What they want you to say is your name and where you're from. So you come up, you say, hi, I'm Kristen from Charlotte, North Carolina. And James, I wanted to ask how your relationship is with your mom. I saw that she's here in the bazaar. And are things going well between the two of you? That's a good, thoughtful question.
It's a great, thoughtful question. And people would really like to know the answer.
People would want to know. Do not come up and ask a question, number 1, that's already been answered on the panel.
Already been answered. We just talked about it for 48 minutes.
Number 2, a version of a question that was already asked by another person asking a question. Like they did at Winter House. Someone asked Kyle, Kyle, if you could go on a trip with anyone in the Bravo universe, who would it be and where would you go? And then someone 2 questions later said, Kyle, if you were to take a cruise with any people on your cast, who would it be and where would you cruise to? And everyone's just like dead behind the eyes.
This is me.
Yeah, just drop the mic.
Give up.
Give up. We give up. You have all this time to don't run up there to ask a question and then bomb on your opportunity.
And then bomb on it. And then also you gotta stop drinking this much. Yeah. I want to say some of these people come up so wasted. Just slurring their words.
Saying inappropriate things and slurring. Their noses are red.
Again.
I see your red nose.
Again, we are not trying to be the moral high ground, but we do need some decorum.
Well, yeah, but also it's like, then don't get on the mic. I guess for me, it's like, then don't just ruin other people's experiences.
I agree.
When someone else in line maybe actually had a thoughtful question.
Because the moderator is trying to control the experience. The people on stage have been given at least some notes to try to control the experience. Yes. And they do these audience questions and it just goes to hell in a handbasket.
It does. And I think they do try to like vet the questions a little bit.
Yeah.
But people get on the mic, they say whatever flies out of their mouth. It's just really dumb, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, we are tired of it.
So we will continue to report on this in the coming episodes.
Yeah, and we'll see if it gets better.
2 more days.
2 more days to do this. So that's the only, I would really truly say, like the only negative inside of a panel is these dumb questions from regular people just like us.
Yeah, just like us.
But we've never gotten on the mic and asked a dumb question.
Never.
Kelly Hurt was lucky enough last BravoCon during Watch What Happens Live to get on the mic and ask a question.
Did. And I'm sure it was good, though.
It was a great question. Yeah. It was to, Cynthia, I want to say.
Yes, I think
it was about the divorce with Mike Hill.
Yes, she said, we want to know how you're doing. Something like
Cynthia,
that.
And no one had really asked Cynthia this.
Yes.
And so she said, Cynthia, girl, we know how hard it was to go through your whole relationship. Y'all looked so happy. Like, but we've recently heard the news. Thank you for showing up.
Yep.
I think she was like, thank you for showing up because I'm sure that you didn't want to. I
Yep.
think that there was a part of you that probably didn't want to. And just, how are you doing, girl? Because we love you. And the place went wild.
Place went wild. That's how you know it's a good question, because everybody cheers. If you get on the mic and you ask your question and it's crickets,
you failed.
Chirp, chirp,
chirp, chirp, chirp, chirp.
If it's crickets, no one likes your question.
You might as well just say, never mind. You don't have to answer. I'm going to go sit back down.
I'm going to go. I'm going to give my time to someone
We're
else.
going to pass it to the girl right behind me.
Yeah.
She seems sweet.
Yeah.
She's sweet.
She's sweet. When someone asks a good question, the audience will cheer.
Bonkers.
Period.
Every time. Because why? Because it means that we all had that same question.
We wanted to know.
And they say it and we're like, yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is
like
a human experience that I love to go through.
One guy asked on the Vanderpump panel, he was the last question, and he said, Tom, and it was a little shady, but it was a good question.
Okay.
He said, Tom, why not just move on with your life?
Yeah.
Why come back? Why are you here? This is essentially what he said. You know, obviously everything's tumultuous and you're barely talking to half the cast and they don't like you and they don't want you here. Why not just move on with your life and do something new? And everybody went crazy.
Yeah, everybody went crazy because they kind of do want the worm with the mustache to maybe take a sabbatical.
Yeah.
Because
so Tom, you know.
Because in the same way Michelle
I
said Michelle. Because in the same way Raquel went away, I think people were like, why don't you do that too? And like do a little bit of soul searching about why.
Now, if he were to answer honestly, he would say, I like being on TV. I like being a star.
Then say it.
I like being on Bravo, but that's not what he said. He said, dude, I've been working on myself, and you can't run away from your problems. You have to face them head on. Is that how you handle your problems? He threw it back in the guy's face.
No, dude. He got so pressed by this guy asking this.
When in reality, I think people would have respected him more if he just said, I like being on Bravo TV. I'm really excited that I
like these paychecks. I like being a TV star. My band really needs the publicity.
Yep.
Just say that, Tom.
Just be honest.
Just say that.
And when you're not being honest about those little questions, then you're not being honest about seeking forgiveness and actually being sorry and the timeline of events.
Or telling your girlfriend that you weren't sleeping with Raquel.
Yeah, you're a liar.
So we left Vanderpump Rules.
So Miranda left Vanderpump a little bit early to go get in line for BrYNN.
Yes.
Because we had gotten the 411 from someone that BrYNN had posted on her stories. Vulva. BrYNN had posted on her stories. We think then she maybe deleted it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though.
It doesn't.
We had gotten the 411 that BrYNN had told the universe she was going to be at her booth from 1:30 to 3:30.
Yep.
On Friday.
And that is clutch news because the Bravolebs don't post when they're going to be at their booths in the bazaar.
They just show up.
Because it gets too crazy. The lines would get too big. They just show up and it's kind of always a surprise.
Yeah.
And BrYNN put on hers 1:30 to 3:30. And
well, apparently plenty of people saw that because even though she went 15 minutes early, let's say, to go get in line, it was already 100 deep?
Easily
100 people deep.
Yeah.
So when I tell you that BrYNN Whitfield is the ultimate breakout star in all of the Bravo universe.
We're going to say it. We've said it before, and then I reminded us, hey, Heather Gay had a real great first season.
She did.
Real good first season.
But Heather Gay's line would have never been that deep. Y'all, the amount of people that stood in line to meet BrYNN was astounding, and I think probably even shocking to the Bravo TV people.
Yes.
The producers, because there weren't a lot of stanchions for her.
No.
There wasn't. I don't think they anticipated that hundreds of people were going to line up early.
I mean, it was like this. It had to curve. It had to snake. It had to go around.
To see BrYNN.
It was nuts.
It was insane.
Nuts.
And so she gets in line. Thank God you got in line when you did. I'm
I know.
so grateful.
And got us a charcuterie box.
Yeah, she got us a box of little meats and cheeses.
We needed some food.
And one starry.
One starry to split because I'm managing our urine.
Yes. And that was smart.
There's only so many bathrooms, but they actually have plenty of bathrooms here. How are we to know?
They did.
We could have actually started drinking more liquid.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we will. We'll see. Maybe we won't. Maybe we don't want to take a break, have to find a bathroom.
Yeah.
So she's in line. So
I like the flexibility not needing to pee gives me.
I agree. We have almost 41 and a half year olds.
40 and a half.
40 and a half year olds.
No, 40 and a half.
Because you're 42.
I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
We're old. So that's
time change.
It's the time change. So I meet up with her. Everyone in the line is so excited. We're all just singing BRYNN's praises.
Buzzing.
We're obsessed with BRYNN. BRYNN is the best. She's the breakout star. She is the moment. She is mother. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Mm-hmm. BRYNN is beach.
She is beach. She is mother. So, what was
they
that?
agree. They said BRYNN is mother.
It's like the train.
It's like having the train here, y'all. Could that pick it up? We'll see. You'll see.
So then BRYNN comes out. And the crowd goes wild. And BRYNN goes wild.
She is jumping. She's shaking. She's dancing.
She is dancing. She is coming up to the crowd. She is doing crowd work. She is high-fiving.
This is her first time. I mean, this is her first time at her booth at BravoCon.
And she has this tiny little booth where she's just selling a few sweatshirts. It's nothing major.
Not even, where do we buy them?
Yeah,
they were just on display. On display. Each and every day. Every day. 2 words in that instance.
Every space day. Mm-hmm. So she was amazing. And I think she was probably even stunned to see.
I think so.
Hundreds of us lined up early to wait in line to see her. Yeah. It's not even that she came out and then everybody flocked. We were already there.
Yeah.
We were already there.
We were already there. Take a look around. Okay.
Can y'all hear that train or whatever?
Also, could my bracelet look any jankier?
It's so ratty.
It's just frayed. Do y'all see this? It's so janky.
I'm done.
We're about to cut them off because we have to put on Saturdays anyway.
I cut mine off.
Oh, you already did?
With them skizzers over there.
That you remembered. Good job. Okay, so BRYNN is walking up to her booth. Everyone's freaking. Kristen gets the picture with the security guard's arm totally in between them.
Yep.
But we're thrilled. And at the same time, Erin...
Yeah.
Leaky. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce Erin's last name, but Erin from Real Housewives of New York
comes up pretty soon after.
Yeah, and she's in the booth right next to BRYNN.
Which I think was very smart.
So smart.
Because they were interacting between their booths.
BRYNN was grabbing Erin's tequila and saying, let me take some shots through my line.
Yes, so
hyping people up and hyping Erin up.
She
had a great line, though.
I think Erin
going that way.
Erin had a good line for herself. Not as long as BRYNN's, but she had a good line. And I think the relationship between the two of them warmed more people up to Erin almost.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Agreed. Because I think Erin had a hard season.
She had a hard season.
I think that.
And she comes across a little more frosty and cold.
Yeah.
And BRYNN is so warm. She is just sunshine and bubbles personified. And then she's got her tequila and they're together and they're taking selfies. And it was really good energy.
I think it was great energy. Abe was there.
Abe
the babe.
We saw Abe the babe.
So we got to watch BRYNN flirt with Abe right in front of our faces.
I loved it.
So she just can't help herself.
She can't.
It's who she is. It's in her personality. And when you're talking to her, you get it.
You can't help but just fall in love.
You get it. Which we already were in love, but you cried. So should we talk about it?
Yeah.
Minute by minute. They're like, okay, yeah, please take us minute by minute through this.
So we inch up in line. It's just inching forward. It's been an hour. It's been over an hour. Finally, we're getting close to BRYNN. She serves a bunch of us tequila. We get a selfie with Erin, like they're doing some crowd work. Then BRYNN continues to meet with her people. And the next thing I know, the 4 or 5 girls in front of us, like, kind of step aside.
Yeah, I was a little confused.
I don't know why.
I don't know why they stepped a little to the left. And then the girl who's helping take pictures for BRYNN was like, you're next. Give me your phone.
Yeah. So I was on deck and it was like, oh my gosh. So I hand Miranda the phone. It's still in selfie mode. And so we have a great video of her thinking she's videoing me for about 5 seconds and then realizing that she's not. And she's like,
Yeah, stunned by my own face.
Yeah, you look down.
Because I'm holding it to record, Kristen, but I also want to be watching her have this moment.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm ruining her whole moment because it's my face. I'm videoing my reaction of her meeting Brynn. That was not the point. So I quickly stop it, flip it around, and I get still the majority.
You got plenty of the moment.
I get you crying.
Yeah.
I get you trying to shake your tears out of your eyes so they don't fall down on your beat face.
No.
You
have to blink.
Yeah. If we had a Candace Dillard triangle.
Yeah,
a triangle.
A triangle for the corners. That would have worked.
We didn't see Candace at all today.
That's what I'm saying. There's certain people we didn't see.
We really didn't see a bunch.
Interesting. So I walk up to Brynn. I give her she's a big hugger. So she's hugging.
And she's 5'10". For those who don't know, she is so tall.
So tall. I'm telling her that I love her so much. And she's such a great addition to the Bravo universe. And the world needs her light.
Yeah.
And she's bringing joy to the TV screens across the world.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Yes.
Because there's enough darkness and sadness out there.
God, don't we know it?
We need joy. We need levity. We need laughter.
Yes.
And so I'm crying. And she's like, oh my gosh, no, don't cry. And
she takes you in. She puts you in her bosom.
In her bosom. We're just hugging. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it together. Let me blink.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Then y'all shake it off. She's like, I'll shake it off with you.
We shake it off together. And then we take some really cute pictures.
She flirts with you a bunch. She deep throats you.
Freaking best.
Then she turned you around. I'm just kidding.
And then I was like, and here's my best friend.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I'm just having the best time watching y'all have this moment. It's so great. And then I walk up to her and I just say, we love you so much. You were made for this, made for this show, made for reality TV, but really just made to bring people cheer. And that's what you've done to us. And then I of course had to work the plug in. I had brought PodcATTS stickers just in case.
Little PodcATTS sticker.
Yes. And so I said, which we promise we will get them on the website soon when we get back or something.
Yes.
So that y'all can buy them because it is our first piece of merch and we just have never added it so that y'all could buy it. So,
it's just a sticker.
But it's a sticker, but people love stickers. So we have a mini version and we have a bigger version. Oh, I'll show y'all what it looks like. It's on my phone.
Oh, yeah, there it is. PodcATTS. Look, it's a cat with headphones.
See how it says PodcATTS?
Isn't that cute?
It's so cute.
Yeah.
I designed this.
Yeah, you did it.
And then we got Alyssa to make them.
Yeah.
And anyway, we haven't added them for sale, but I brought a couple in the purse. I threw a couple in the purse in case we got to meet some people. And so I said,
so she gave one to Brynn.
By the way, we host a podcast called All That to Say. We've talked about you several times on it. And we call our listeners PodcATTS for All That to Say. And I kind of pointed it. And she goes, oh, I get it. And I said, so now you're a podcast. And I handed her a sticker and she took it.
So nice. And then I was like, we'd love to have you on.
I was like, we're going to shoot our shot. I said, your dream goal, dream guest, big reach goal. And she just smiled. So we didn't get a yes.
We didn't get a yes.
But that's okay. We already got a yes from somebody else.
Yeah, we did.
Are we going to say it or are we going to wait?
I think we wait.
Okay.
I think we wait. But just know that. Okay?
We got a yes.
We got a yes
from a big
somebody.
Name.
But I was delighted and we walked away and I said, we can go home now.
That's it.
We can go home.
Phone it in.
Goals were reached.
I guess we're done here. Bye.
Bye.
It really was. I mean, we had already had such a banner day up to this point. And again, this
truly,
happened.
We had already taken so many photos with people.
We had seen panels. We had heard, VPR was big.
VPR was big.
That was big. We had to see that. We had to hear it. We had to meet Brynn.
So
everything
at that
else is
point,
gravy.
it was 2:45
on day
3.
one. We've been there for less than 5 hours.
Yeah. And so we find a little bench and we just sit and we marinate and we ruminate.
Mm-hmm.
We conversate.
Yeah.
And
what else do we do? We masturbate.
Right there on the bench in front of everybody.
You had to lift out your legs just to talk about it.
Look like I am. The YouTubers are getting a show with my terry cloth pants.
We had a lot of gates, is what we're saying. We had a lot of gates to do.
So then we had to go investigate.
Yes.
The little vignettes and the places.
Oh, well, hold on. What was funny is we were talking about how epic this day has been.
Oh, yeah.
How if we had only got a 1-day ticket for today, that we would have been happy. We
100%.
could have left Vegas and been fine.
100%.
Okay. And then as we're talking about this, a girl walks by with her friend.
Oh, yeah.
And she says to her friend, I literally could die happy. If I die today, I am going to die the happiest person alive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so are we.
Yeah, we feel like that too.
We feel like that too. Are you having the best BravoCon? And she never turned around.
But we heard her loud and clear. She said, if I die today, I will die happy.
Yep.
Like she was that happy with her experience. And I feel like in years past, we hear more complaints.
Oh, we hear so many people complain.
Then
we don't get that.
We don't get it either. We've always had a good time because it is what you make of it. That's the
general
point.
admission we've done.
Yep.
VIP we've done.
Yep.
We're back to GA this time.
Back to GA. And GA is just fine, I have to say.
We don't understand. We're glad that we did not spend the extra money. We didn't have an opportunity to because no tickets came available. Thank you, Kelly, again for selling us your GA.
Thank you. I said to her, what are you thinking the advantages of the VIP so far? What are you seeing? And really, it's just the seating at the panels. If you want to be closer, you want to be right there, which that's a great advantage.
Yeah, sure. It's a great advantage.
But other than that,
but for the price difference,
I'm not seeing a lot of huge,
because it used to help with lines.
It used to help with the photo lines, but all of that has changed
because now you have to book your photo ops, and that went on a lottery system, and I got none of them.
Yeah,
I tried.
That sold out immediately.
Got none of them.
So we didn't have any booked photo ops with any people for this, but it didn't matter because we've gotten photos with how many? I mean, we got like 20 different Bravolebs today, maybe more.
Oh, more.
More than that?
Way more than that.
Yeah.
Yes. Think of all the couples. Yeah. We had Melissa and Joe right off the bat. We had, who else was with them? We didn't get MJ or Josh, but then Garcelle was right there. We got her. We got Madison. We got Lala. I mean, there's so many.
There's so many.
I bet if we went back through, I would say 25, maybe 30.
Yeah. Just on day one.
And just walking through the hallway. Oh, there's Brian Benny. Hey, Benny, can I get a picture? He's like, sure. Luca walking through the bazaar. He wasn't with anybody else.
That's right.
He was just walking by, and I was like, Luca, can I get a pic? And he goes, no. And I was like, what? And he goes, I'm just kidding. I love your hair. I said, that was really weird. Like, no one says no to me.
I know.
I said that to him.
No one.
I said no one says no to me, and he was just like, I wouldn't have.
No,
I was just having fun, but he was really cute. So some people are just there with like their brother walking through.
Yeah, just milling about. So you don't have to have the photo ops. You just don't have to.
You have to go to the bazaar.
It's funny. Some of the people that we would give these tips to, like, here's how to get pictures. They would say, I'm just too shy. Like, I'm not forward enough to do this. I need to have 4 more drinks before I can. It's like, well, you got to just put yourself out there.
Okay, I get that. That's a difference in personality and one that we don't have.
Yeah.
Because so that's one person's experience. And then here's me. When we spot somebody and I'm trying to hold a place in line, Kristen, go.
Yeah.
And then this is me. Get them. Yes. Yeah. Angle to the right. They're coming this way. That's my girl. Like, that's our experience. But what I would say, because again, I'm not trying to shit on people who are just a little bit more shy in nature.
I get that. I really do.
But if you're spending this amount of money to come to BravoCon, you don't have a photo op lined up, you didn't get any of that stuff.
Yeah.
You have to just say, I'm going to be bold today.
I'm going to be someone different today.
Because I don't want to regret this experience and look back and say, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I wish that I would have done this.
Yeah.
Or just say, oh, that wasn't fun at all. And I'm saying you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
They are here because of us.
That's right.
They are famous on Bravo because of the viewers.
That's right.
The people who go beyond viewership, that book a flight, get a hotel, buy the tickets, get the cute fits, and show up, they expect you to say, can I get a selfie?
That's right. And we expect them to take the photos with us.
Correct. Now, if you're in a hurry and you're on the way to the next thing and I get that too. Sometimes for these Bravolebs, they really have to be at a panel by a certain hour. So they're leaving the bazaar and they've got to get out, but they are still nice about it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I can't do it right now, but we're snapping. So at least we're still getting something from them and we still got a little chit chat. But you do have to be bolder. Don't waste your time standing in photo op lines. Just go to the bazaar, walk through it, see who you see, and you would be shocked how much. I mean, You would just be shocked how many people you get to talk to.
Yeah. And
get
like we
pictures
said,
with.
you listen for the woos. You hear, woo! Ah!
Yeah.
Over by a door. You just run over there. You
just run over there.
And then you just muscle your way in. You just bully people out of the way.
Yeah,
and
you
you
throw
get
them
your
bows.
shot.
You throw them bows.
You throw them bows. So we milled around. We looked at some of the vignettes.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had all these great setups of whether it was old things from shows, like props, things that were iconic. What have you got? Oh, yeah.
Like Teresa's table.
Teresa's table
at the
flip.
Italian restaurant.
There it is.
Caroline Manso.
That's
Family.
so-
Thick as Thieves.
Family.
This was all. Y'all, Prostitution Whore, Engaged 19 Times, the book.
It's
This is
right
all
there.
that same one episode.
Yeah.
1 5-minute point in time.
Yeah.
On our television.
And it was what really put, I think, Housewives on the map.
It absolutely was.
And I don't want to give Teresa that, but it is what it is, Trey. And it's the truth.
It is the truth. And Vicky doesn't want to give Trey that.
No.
Because
she
Vicky's
doesn't.
like, I'm the OG. OC was first, blah, blah, blah. But it was when Teresa flipped that table that it became a part of pop culture. It went beyond Bravo.
It did.
It went into mainstream. E! News is now going to cover this, whatever.
Yes.
And it was crazy. It was crazy.
It was crazy. So anyway, these vignettes have all these kind of iconic moments or...
So it's the new museum. So last year it was called...
The museum.
I think, like Bravo Museum. And they had all these things. And now they're more in the center of the bazaar so you can see it. Because I think that museum was so tucked away to the side.
It was tucked away.
A lot of people didn't go to it.
Yeah, you didn't even want to use the footsteps to have to go down there. This was nice because it was right there. So you could just walk all around.
Yeah.
But they added the Sir back, like, dump. The Sir dump.
Y'all, it's back. On your phone.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all.
We were dying.
I couldn't believe I turned the corner.
Yep.
And I saw it before Kristen did, y'all.
You sure did.
And let me tell you what I saw first. This.
Oh yeah.
I saw these, what are those called? What are those gas tanks?
Gas tanks.
Okay. I saw these gas tanks. Hold a moment. Because there's other girls in this picture.
Yeah, there they are.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about when you see like
gas tanks in a crate,
in a cage,
like in a cage, a lockable cage,
and then I saw like a dolly.
Yeah, the dolly.
And I saw a dolly. Oh, hold on, saw a dolly next to it, and so for a second, my eyeball said,
like, oh, they left that out.
They left this out.
Yeah, this is not
everything
good
has been pristine.
Right.
Not one thing wrong. They left this out. And then my eyeballs turned.
Then you realize, if it can show it.
Hold on.
You got to get the lighting right.
You can see the gate. Once I saw that white
y'all
gate.
Can see it.
Right there.
Yep.
Hold on.
The white gate. See that, y'all?
That one.
YouTubers.
Right there.
Yep. You knew.
You
said, that's the Sir dump.
That's the back of Sir.
That's the back of Sir.
And
it's iconic.
It's iconic.
It's beyond iconic. And so we, of course, had
recreate
to
this
take
dumpy table and dumpy. There was always broken chairs, broken tables back there.
The 8.
And the 8 sideways, because it's always crooked. Because
the 8 is sideways.
Y'all,
like, it's just a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess. And they filmed how many scenes there?
So many dramatic scenes back there.
So many.
Smoking cigarettes, fighting. I mean,
Kristen Dowdy has left pieces of her soul in that alley. Jax Taylor has left pieces. They all have. Stassi.
It's Voldemort. It's the Horcrux.
I don't know the reference.
Like I told you before. Oh. No, literally.
And Kristen said, Miranda, turn your chair around.
Yes, I said turn your chair around like a dude.
Like a dude would sit in.
And straddle it, and then we'll face each other and we'll look like we're having an argument. And so what you're seeing here, YouTubers.
Is that not the most iconic picture you've ever seen in your life?
We said maybe this is our new
profile
picture or something.
I just don't think that this is the only place it can live.
It's got to go somewhere. It's definitely going on the website, but we'll
absolutely. But y'all,
somewhere else as well. It's too good.
It's so good. They thought of everything. This,
the air filter.
I mean,
the pipes.
It's the pipes. Someone. I just want to know.
I can't.
I want to know who did all the design. I want to know the team. I want to tell them, you know what I want to tell them? Bravo.
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 Okay,
That's what I want to tell them.
Sunday when we leave, let's clap and say bravo,
Bravo
to some of the employees. We'll see if they catch it.
Yes. Well, maybe we'll bump into Janelle again, and I can say to Janelle, are you the production manager of this? Because bravo.
I hope we do see her again.
I want to see her again.
She's staying in our hotel. We saw her on the elevator.
Yeah, we saw her this morning. Okay, so we did all the vignettes.
Yeah, all the vignettes.
And we
little
got,
like photo ops, photo moments, cute little things.
Y'all, tomorrow we will be waiting in line for this person.
Oh,
tomorrow we will be waiting in line. Jake from State Farm.
He's
here.
The actual Jake.
Because State Farm is a huge sponsor of BravoCon.
Yes.
And he was there last year and we missed him. But this year, I'm like, we're going to get a picture with Jake with State Farm. I just think people will find it funny.
Yes. I mean, how often do you get to be with
Jake from State Farm? Say it again. Jake from State Farm. So if y'all are playing a drinking game and it's Jake from State Farm, you are now wasted. And you're welcome. And then we went to
the Winter House panel. And that was in a different ballroom.
Yeah.
So it took us a minute to figure out where to go. And that's when the girl thought I was Megan Fahey.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So we go back there and it was great. They spilled a little tea. Jason talked about Giselle.
Yeah. Jason from Winter House, y'all, is officially, and he's like, I don't know if I'd call us boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm like, we're not sure. Y'all are like full on dating then.
Yeah,
if we're like almost to boyfriend girlfriend material.
They're doing things. Let's say that.
Yeah, they're definitely
doing things.
Yeah,
him and Giselle, and they said what would be a surprising thing about her, and he was just like that. She can hang. She can keep up shot for shot, staying up late
because she is, I would say, a bit older than him by more than a bit. 15 years?
At least.
Wow. But
I'd say 20.
But here's what I would say. If an interviewer is asking you, what's something that would be surprising in dating Giselle that we'd like to know? I think that was a moment to say something lovely, romantic, sweet.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And he said, she can hang shot for shot.
Yeah, she can party.
I'm like,
that's
a
good point.
That wasn't it.
Yeah.
That wasn't it. And when she hears that back, that's not going to be it.
Yeah, he could have said something like, something about
that
her
she's
being
actually
a mom
that she's actually really, really sweet. Like,
yeah.
Yes, I know that she is a read queen.
Yeah, she's tough.
She's
on the
tough,
show.
and she might be that on the show, but she's genuinely really, really a sweetheart, and I'm loving getting to know her. Something like that. I just thought that was a miss.
You're right.
I did put it on our TikTok.
Yeah, check the ticky-tack.
But I just thought that was a miss, and I'm not sure she's going to love that answer when she hears it back.
Now, Sam the girl, was not on the panel. I don't know why.
We don't know why.
But Corey was, and they're dating now officially.
Boyfriend,
and
girlfriend.
So we had made note of where Sam was in the audience because he pointed her out a couple of times.
Yeah, Sam's over there. So mental note. Okay, now we know where she is.
So then everybody gets up to leave. Show's over. Most people file right out. And we kind of sit for a second because we're enjoying sitting.
Yes. Thank God.
But then you look up and you see there's just a few people around Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So
around where I thought she would be. Yeah. And then I saw a girl who I thought looked enough like her.
Yes. So we go over there, get some pictures with Sam. She's the smallest person. Her waist, because we held her waist because we're taking pictures. It was. Let's hold it up. Her waist was like this. Do y'all see that? It was so small.
I had to put I went, oh my God.
You did? You put your hands back around?
I had to. And she goes, no, I just had pasta. And
she did. She said she just ate pasta. I said, Sam.
I said, okay, well, it's not about the pasta.
It is. It is not.
It's not about the pasta.
I said, wait till you push out 3 puppies. And then come
Just wait.
Just wait.
No, she was so sweet.
So sweet. High energy. She was great.
Yeah.
And then we went up to the Winter House stage where they were all still mingling and hanging around. So we got some great pictures with them.
Yeah.
And then at that point,
we thought we were leaving.
We thought
that the day was done. I did pass by Brian Benny in the hallway, got a picture with him.
Are you?
And then.
Okay. So, y'all, the original stage that we told you when we first walked in, and the guy was like, y'all should come over here. That small little side stage, we realized there was a crowd of people over there. So before walking out, we said, let's go over and see what the commotion's about. It's right here.
There was a lot of commotion.
So we go over. And we see Lisa Vanderpump. We see Ken. We see some people. Now, we've already at this point gotten a picture with Lisa.
Yeah.
On our first night here.
Yeah.
And so we think, oh, okay. But then you see who?
The worm with the mustache himself, Tom Sandoval.
Tom Sandoval. There's people all around. Not the biggest crowd, but there's a crowd taking selfies with him, taking pictures.
And I'm making a mental note like, wow, this many people are wanting a picture with him still.
Yeah.
And then Kristen inches closer. Inching closer. I think she's just going over to take some video just to say, oh, look, here he is. We've seen him. But then
I'm getting closer.
I look at her in the eyes and something has come over her. Something strange has taken over her body. And she's inching closer and closer and closer to this worm. And I say to her, do you want a picture with him?
I said, come on. She had me at arm's length like this. She was frozen.
I said, I don't know who you are anymore.
I kept getting closer.
Just closer and closer and closer. Just, well, I mean, then other girls are kind of moving out of the way, and she's like just shimmying, getting real close to him. And I finally say, yeah.
You said you want a picture?
You want a picture?
I'll get your picture.
I guess I'll take your picture with him. And she saddles right up.
I did.
Leans against.
I'm ashamed.
And it's like the Cheshire Cat. Like,
I am. I'm smiling so big. So wait, first I take a selfie. I am taking 4 selfies with him. And then I put my phone down and she grabs a photo. Just front facing.
I said, no, let me get this for you.
Yeah, let me get you a good one.
Let me get this for you.
And I said to him, Tom, we didn't boo. We didn't actively boo in the crowd.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that's nice.
Yeah. And then I said, you know, we did interact with you at 2019's BravoCon. You did make us shots. And that's all I had to say to him.
That's all she had to say. And she still was about 10 feet back.
Yeah. I just didn't want to catch it. You know, whatever that is.
I caught it.
Whatever that evil is, I didn't want to catch it.
Well, it was.
And so I stayed far away.
There was a hysteria that came over many of us. And I unfortunately fell.
I did not know that you could be swayed that easily.
I was swayed. I think it just was. I couldn't stop.
Getting
closer and closer.
And it was like a tractor beam.
It was an alien encounter.
Just shot. He's looking a little bit like an alien.
He is.
The face is not right. Y'all, just 4 years ago, he looked 15 years younger, I'd say. And I'm going to put up a still.
I agree.
I'm going to put up when he was making our shots.
Yeah.
To today.
Yeah.
He's having to wear so much makeup to try to, it's not helping.
Yeah, the makeup.
Stop.
There was a lot of makeup.
He's getting so many injections. He's putting on too much makeup. This was only 4 years difference. Now, I understand he's lived a life in this last year.
It's been a hard year.
That I'm sure has aged him. And it's kind of funny if y'all look at, and I know people can age in 4 years. Trust me, I know that.
Yeah.
But it's like watching a president going on day one and then coming out.
Gray. They always have gray hair.
Obama went in looking real young.
Yeah.
He came out and
not as young.
He was a changed person in many ways. But it was that was Tom Sandoval.
It's true. It really is.
In 4 years, he looks rough. But not so rough that you didn't want 17 pictures with him. A little video. Some pics, some selfies,
I don't know what came over me.
Because all of y'all will have seen this by now.
Oh, yeah. Now you can show them.
Hold on.
Where's the one?
Does she look pleased as...
Put it closer. It'll catch it.
Look at that. Look at that couple.
Wow.
Does she look so happy?
Look at me. I am so ashamed of that.
Grinning.
I'm grinning.
She is. Are you resting against his chest?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're resting.
What is wrong with me?
Yeah.
The celebrity of it all. It's the celebrity of it all.
I said, well, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah. I mean, it was like I came out of a coma when I walked away, and she was silently walking next to me and was just like,
this is as close as I was willing to get.
Yeah.
I was just, okay, I'll take a picture real quick for the PodcATTS. I'll say, we saw him this close. And Slinky,
you know what?
And Slinky Dink over here.
I did it for the PodcATTS. That's the point. I wanted the closest.
Slinky Dog just started slinking over.
I wanted the.
It was Slinky Dog. It's when the coils are getting shorter, and that was her. Just couldn't help herself until she was just a little puppy wanting her master.
Oh my gosh! And it was bad. It was bad, and I did it.
And this is this. Oh, yeah, this is her starting the selfies. This smile. This smile.
Shame. For shame.
You brought shame upon your family?
I did.
You brought shame upon this podcast?
I did.
You brought shame upon this family. And
we're supposed to be thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves comes to a point. And when you saddle up,
I did.
When you hitch your wagon to Sandoval,
I did. I'm so sorry.
I watched it.
I was bewitched. I like I said, it was like coming out of a dream when
a dream sequence
came to walk next to her, and then you looked at me, and I realized what I had done.
And she said, do we post this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I can share this.
I said, we do. Patreon's getting it as soon as I can sit down.
We did. We put it on Patreon.
Patreon's getting it right away. And then we put it on our stories, but covered him up completely and just said, hey, if you want to see who this is,
you go to Patreon.
You're gonna have to pay the $6 a month to get that content. And then we'll eventually share it on. This is going to come out Tuesday. We'll have the receipts, and everyone will see this picture so that you'll know. But YouTube, y'all saw it.
Got to see it.
YouTube seeing it as soon as they are watching it. So, and y'all know how long it takes us to get those receipts up.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes it takes a little bit. So anyway, YouTube gets it first. Patreon got it first. YouTubers are going to get it second. And then everyone else will get it after that.
Has anyone on Instagram guessed?
I don't know because I haven't looked.
Okay, we'll have to. There's a lot.
We basically posted it and then started recording.
So. Okay, we'll have to see if anybody has guessed who it is because we had to cover up all the evidence.
Someone said, Kristen Smile gives it away. I'm like, does it? Because she looked real happy. And
who do they think it is?
Because as we were walking away, Kristen was like, "Oh, I should have been like this."
I know, because he would have been smiling.
And you would have been like,
and I would have been like,
side-eyeing. But instead, you were delighted.
I was cheesing so hard. What is wrong with me?
It's fine. It's Bravo. And things do come over people at Bravo. And that's just how it is.
I'm clinging to the Tom of yesteryear.
Of course you are. And who doesn't want to? Who doesn't want to cling to that one who only slept with Miami chick?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to cling to that one who only told Ariana that he wouldn't wake up with her on her 30th birthday so he could go do bulldozers in Vegas? Who doesn't want to cling to the Tom?
Okay.
We did like him.
Let's give an example.
We're just kidding.
Let's say Jax was there. Would you have taken a photo with Jax?
Yeah, but Jax has kind of redeemed himself.
He has. He's a dad now.
He seems very devoted to Brittany.
One of the villain, Bravo guys, let's say, out here in the Bravo universe. And I think people would still take photos with him.
And he did cheat on Britt, but he didn't cheat on her with her best friend.
That's
true.
He
cheated on her with a one-night stand.
Yeah.
They have since gotten married, had a baby, and we haven't heard anything since, and it would have come out.
Yeah.
So like I said, back to the other point, yes, I do believe that people can change, of course, but this is too new. It's too soon. I don't think that you can, expect all of Bravoverse to be like, you're forgiven, here. But you are.
I clearly have forgiven him, I guess.
I guess.
My actions are speaking louder than my words.
They are. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe by tomorrow you will come back to your senses and you'll boo him as he walks by.
Okay. If I give him a little boo, 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 he'll be like, was that a ghost?
She'll be like, boo. I crossed my fingers.
I'll be like, that was her.
That was her. The
purpley haired girl.
And then we got back to, we couldn't get an Uber to save our life.
We couldn't get an Uber. And so what did I have to do?
She had to walk. She had to walk. Her least favorite thing in the world.
And did we walk with our shoes on or off?
Off. 100%.
We had to take our shoes off.
We had socks on.
We did have socks on.
But we did walk the Vegas Strip and buy dumpsters and everywhere else and a la Sir Alley's.
In our socks.
Yeah.
And actually, mine's right here on the bed, so I'm going to move that.
Well, no, let's show how dirty it is. My God.
Oh, here's
my
bed.
Yeah.
God, I'm a trash human. That's been on the Vegas Strip. Why is this on my bed? My friends are dying at this. They are dying. I'm so sorry. I am garbage.
That doesn't gross me out. I just think it's funny that we have like the proof right there of how dirty Vegas is on the ground.
But we had, a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
And
our feet were dying.
But now we know we can walk that tomorrow.
Rephrase. Now we know. Now you know.
We know that we can.
No, I always knew I could.
I know, but I'm saying we now know that we can.
I now know that Kristen will sacrifice and she will walk because getting an Uber here is not it.
That ain't it.
It's not it.
So,
we will get it there. We will save our feet there because that wasn't as bad with traffic.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Oh gosh, the pickup was terrible. But all the Bravolebs are being picked up in their, black SUVs, and so then they're driving right by us where we're waiting like peasants for our Ubers, and they're putting down the windows, and most of the not most, I would say 2 to 3 of them put down their windows to say hey. Malia, Reza, Gigi. So we got to see a few Bravolebs even that way. That's what I'm saying. Like, people put too much stock in, I need VIP and I need to sign up for the photo ops and I need to do this and I need to do that. You will see so many people. Just keep your head on a swivel, look around. And that's exactly what happened when we got back to Paris Hotel.
That's right.
Vanderpump Paris is right there. We see the sign that they're closed for a private event. So we know that must mean that a bunch of Bravolebs are going to be there.
Yep.
And here comes Brock Davies.
Brock!
In his tuxedo.
Look
how nice he looks. In his tuxedo.
Yeah, in a tux. So everyone was definitely coming fancy.
And so we got to say hey, and I said, I saw Summer Moon today. And he goes, she is the best. I mean, he is such a proud dad. He's a good dad.
That's so sweet.
It's very sweet.
And then by that,
sweet.
I mean, listen, we could have stood around.
Yeah.
And seen probably a lot of people.
Yeah.
But we just, at that point, we were at the end.
We were done. And Ariana kind of, I think, helped give that away a little bit because in her panel, she said she had rehearsals for Dancing with the Stars from 11 p.m. to 3. And so I think that that's because she's supposed to be at this VPR party until probably about 10:30.
You're right. Oh, you're such a detective.
Y'all,
you've
just got to pay attention.
Stick with this girl. I know I hitched my wagon to Tom Sandoval today, but I unhitched and I rehitched to this girl.
You could hitch it back on. Always trying to get on me. Always.
If we're in a hotel room, I'm trying to get on top of her. It just is what it is.
Well, that wraps up our BravoCon Day 1 coverage. There is so much that I know we forgot and left out. We were trying to look through pictures at the same time.
I mean, listen, we're going to save all of the Instagram stories in a highlight bubble so you guys can always look back because we know that's what you want to spend your time doing is looking back on our great trip. But
you'll get to see all the pictures and receipts before we will most likely upload them.
Correct.
So definitely check out that highlight bubble. Also go to All That to Say if you're on TikTok and you can see a bunch of video and tea that was spilled at the panels, and follow us there, of course, too. And then if you want to get on our Patreon so that you can see some other stuff. So we've been uploading stuff, obviously bonus content to Patreon the whole time that we've been here and will continue to do so. Then you'll want to subscribe to that as well. So all of the usual things that we're asking you to do. But mostly we just want to take a minute to say thank y'all. We know that Bravo content is not for everybody. There's a lot of people who listen to our podcast who have never watched a single Bravo show.
That's right.
So the fact that you even still listen to us recap it, follow along with every picture, send us Venmo so we can have a good time, even though you have no clue what this convention's about. That is so freaking nice to us. We are very appreciative. It does not go unnoticed. Every single time we eat something, we drink something, we get in an Uber, we're like, this is from that person. This is from that
That's
person.
right.
And we're trying to remember to shout y'all out on stories because of it.
Thanks, guys.
Here's some of your
What is
eyelash.
that? Is that an eyelash? Make a wish.
Yeah.
Make a wish for tomorrow.
No, I think it's your eyelash.
I know. You blow it and make a wish.
Okay. I'm so tired.
Oh, what time is it? It's 9:15.
Yeah, but at home.
Why is my body has adjusted?
Oh no, my body, and usually it drives me crazy.
But mine immediately adjusts.
Mine usually immediately adjusts. I think it's just because I didn't sleep anything like the 2 nights before.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just like still trying to catch up.
But you did sleep good last night.
I did.
And so we're going to do that again.
I got almost 7 hours of sleep and I only had to wake up once to pee.
That's great. And you shouldn't have to pee tonight.
No, except for people are like, I literally just watched you chug half of an Aquafina, but I'm going to stop.
Okay.
Sorry, my burp just smelled and I blew it right on you. I've yawned twice during this podcast and burped like 4 times.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, to be continued.
To be continued.
Bye.